Hey, hello and welcome. My name is Miss Tina and you are watching Squaziland, the occasional dose of my reviews, reactions and opinions. And today I'm going to react to the latest chapter of One Piece. Finally, it's so good to be back once again. And yeah, I kind of missed One Piece even though it was just a week. But the last two chapters were so good that, it's like, what should we do, right? There are so many possibilities where this event can go, and I don't even know. Are the giants now realizing that Luffy and Zoro and Nami are gone, or are they suspecting something, or are we going to be the baddies or not, or what's happening to Loki, what's going to happen with I really like the name Shanks. Sorry, Shamrock is Shamrock, but that Shanks name, whoever thought of it, brilliant. I love it so much. I want to use it as Shanks, really. It is so hilarious. I mean, really. But you are here for a reaction, so you will get a reaction. And thank you very much for the comments and the likes and the views. I am really happy that you enjoy it. It's good to have fun together, right? And One Piece is all about that, okay? The title is Harley. It's the Harley text, right? They mentioned that before, so maybe we go back to Robin. Okay, let's start off the chapter. One Piece chapter 1138, Harley. So maybe it's about time that we go back to the library and we get some more information on Harley and the Harley text. And probably some lore. And on the cover, of course, we get to see who's who. Onichal Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 24. The base belongs to Who's Who. Okay, and Who's Who is really there partying, enjoying his life. Okay, we'll see how this goes. The aftermath of Loki's defiance, and he's like, huff, huff. You are the spitting image of red hair Shanks. How do you know that he's the spitting image? I mean, your eyes are not functioning, or they are, you are blindfolded. How do you know that? Did you really think I would just write that off as coincidence? And Shanks is like, mind your own business. That matter has nothing to do with you. Okay, Ganko. As if you knew too much. You are not wrong, but huff. A great pirate and a celestial dragon, they are polar opposites. You can't blame me for being curious. Anyone would find it strange that you two share the same face. Okay, so it's kind of confirmed that they might be twins, or they are just brothers. I'm still not sure, It could be that they were twins, and now I know that there was a mistranslation in one of the chapters, the Kuma flashback chapters, when Garling said that my babies look at me, I'm doing my stuff, and it was not about his alternate of his people, but it was more like about his actual children, so I didn't know that. The pirate you are referring to is my younger twin. He went astray. At one point he did return to the Holy Land, but it seems he grew too attached to the filthy world of the surface. How interesting. Maybe Shanks thought that he could be the difference at Marijoa? Lord! Yay! He returned? I see. It's funny how I ended up hating both of you brothers. And I thought my grudge couldn't get any worse. What a family. You bastards. When I get out of these chains. You know what I'll do, right? And we can see the animals being butchered, slaughtered. I'll make it my mission to make sure my buddies are avenged. Was that supposed to be a threat? Captain, you don't have to. I know. He isn't worth getting my hands dirty over. Isn't that right, Cerberus? Cerberus? Okay, a sword with... Oh my... Okay. A sword with Cerberus in it. Is it the same as with... Spandam? Spandam sword? Is it the same? It's cool nonetheless. I mean, I think one of the coolest things in One Piece was definitely Spandam's sword. Funk Free, I mean, the name was pretty cool, and the weapon was pretty cool as well. I don't know how he got his hands on it. Oh, growl and rough, and we can see Cerberus. What the hell is that? Okay, ooh. And he has the sword in his mouth. Ooh, it's my biting blade. Yeah, now it's explained, of course. Oh my god, and all of them have... Ooh. Now that is bizarre. I'm genuinely scared. I really am. I mean, that's... Whoa. What's this? What's with this creepy thing? Exactly. Okay, and they have their colors and they are turning. Like a drill. Captain, let's clean up here and move on. Scramble. Rough. What's happening? Here. Okay, they leave the dog there. Feel free to hunt me down anytime. I'll face you then, assuming you survive this. Okay, so it's not about guy. Okay. And by the way, Ganko has made the bird-like thing with the arrows and they are just flying away comfortably. Hey, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, and the dog is there. If that thing gets me. Those celestial bastards. Okay, Loki really does have it rough. Total subjugation isn't feasible now. Let's start by taking their children hostage. We'll need an extra person. Okay. Understood. Who shall I call? Questcaster. I'm telling you, it was Red Hat. Liar, Luffy's like that. Shanks would never attack for no reason. It's the truth. I saw him with my own eyes. Red Hair has visited Elbaf many times. I recognized him. But I know Shanks. He's a super cool guy. Maybe it was just someone who looked like him? It was shocking. We were wondering what he was doing in the castle. He just left Elbaf recently, right? Wouldn't it be weird for him to come back just to skulk around? Asked Zoro an important question. Even if you are telling the truth, there is no way it could be Shanks. Shanks is always calm and laid back. Him doing something like this just doesn't add up. And you know, Luffy is really believing in Shanks and he's right. You really have faith in him, huh? Says Nami. You betcha, Nami. It would tick me off just as much as someone bad-mouthed Talmer. It's Belmer's son, okay? Luffy, you should learn those names. And how do you know Belmer now? You know, he wasn't even there, but okay, never mind that. So it was a lookalike? That, or a brother maybe. Shanks' brother? Well, if he has one, he would probably be a nice guy too. But honestly, he never talked about his family. I heard that he was raised on a pirate ship when he was little. Okay, and there is a dude coming here, so maybe the theory about that will be right, because he's coming towards us. I figure Roger and Rayleigh were his real family, their whole crew, except for Buggy. No, Buggy was a bro. Frankie's group, the treasure tree, Adam. Okay, this is what I thought. Unbelievable. Adam wood as far as the eye can see. And I thought it was meant to be rare. Wow, I had no idea it was so valuable overseas. Maybe I should start selling some on this side. Weren't you sent here to keep an eye on me? Saul seemed pretty strict about it. He was all like, it's a sacred tree, bucko. Don't go cutting it down now, here. You sound just like him. Still, I guess stealing from under the noses of the giants is a tall order. Maybe that explains the markup. What's that? It's a mural. It's graffiti from eons ago. Eons, oh wow. Some kids probably etched it right into the bark and it got fossilized. It's now designated as a cultural heritage site thanks to its enormous historical value. It's a punk's doodle that's a big deal? Or is a punk's doodle it's a big deal? It's said to date back somewhere between 900 and 800 years ago. If that's true, then that would place it right in the middle of the Void Century. What? Frankie, what? We gotta show Robin. She'll be thrilled. Hey, ain't this drawing kinda odd for old Elbaf? Not all the figures look like giants. Quite. As far as we know, there were definitely times where the races of the world clashed. But this kind of cooperation is unheard of. Okay, let's see these characters. One with a... Oh, okay, it's the mermaid princess. I can see now. It's definitely a princess, right? A mermaid princess, because I can see whatchamacallit. It's the not the Triton. Oh, it's the trident. That's right, the trident in the hand. And it's definitely a mermaid. And perhaps the robot. That must be Emmet, right? I would think so. That could be Emmet. And there is a puppy wolf-like thing, I assume, or a bear. Okay, interesting. Oh my god, this chapter is so good. How can we start off the year like this? I mean, this is ridiculously good. And by the way, I love Frankie's face here. It's like, we don't really spend too much time on Frankie, and he has cool shots and he has cool moves, but it's, in the last few years, it has been rare that we got to see his serious face, and it's more detailed, I think, than usual. That's why I think it was probably just some kind of some kid's dream, she says. Walrus school walk, yeah. Class is in session, everyone. Listen up. Okay, so I assume that they showed us them because they might be taken as hostages. Okay, so that could be a real conflict, but would that mean that Luffy and Ko will have to defeat Ganko and Shamrock? Trunks? So this is the Harley, says Robin. Okay, good. Yep. Whoa, it's so big and old. Wow, giant dust, says Chopper. This pretty tome here preserved many of the rich myths and legends of Elbaf, although it spawned countless interpretations too. Cough, cough. That's why all the warriors in Elbaf believe in very different versions of the sun god. Ain't that the funniest thing you ever heard? Kya. May I read it? Of course. The narrative is split into 3 distinct sections. It is said that the third world refers to the present day, meaning it's a type of prophecy. Mind you, legends of Nika have spread silently all over the world. The only thing they all have in common is that he appears with a booming laugh to this beat. Dun dun dun. Okay, and he dances too. He knows the dance as well. I'll read it out loud then. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. The first world, the earth burned in endless flame, and the hearts of men, and Frankie's astonished, pretty cool Frankie face too. Oh my god! Wow, this is the last page. A deep mythology unveiled, and okay, let's read the story first and then let's analyze it. This is beautiful. The best panels of the year so far. Okay. The first world. The earth burned in endless flame, and in the hearts of men burned with desire. From whispered prayers the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved who reached for the forbidden star. The god of the land was enraged. With the serpent of fire they cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell. Death reigned. They would never meet again. Who would never meet again? The man who burned with desire and the sun god? Okay. I mean, naturally, we will be needing a really accurate translation, and I'm sure that O'Hara Art, they are going to do a brilliant job on it. So, oh my god, but this is... Wow. The second world. A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devils, while the sun lit the embers of war. Those of the half-crescent and full moon dreamed. Yet the ones who slew the sun defied themselves, evoking the wrath of the sea god. They would never meet again. And the third world, I'm going to analyze it a bit after I'm finishing it. So, third world, the chaos reigns, the world drifts in a void. Yet, time does not erase the memory of the promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half-moon echoes through the ages. And once more, the sun god shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn, a new dawn will break. Surely this time they will meet. Okay. Before I go back to the text, let's see how everything goes. I'm assuming we go from this side to this side, so from right to left. So we start off with monsters, the sun or some kind of planet there, and dragons fighting sea monsters, and there's huge buildings, like, people mentioned before that One Piece actually could be a post-apocalyptic world, so post our world, and you can see almost skyscrapers there, and it seems like that there is a factory, and from the flames they collect flames or energy from the flames, and they give that energy somewhere. I don't know, they are putting it on a boat or something like that, and this energy, maybe these star-like things. Wow, there is so much to analyze. I love it. So people are on ships. Are these cogs or suns? I assume they are cogs, but why are they there? What are the people doing there? And I can see people with the glorias. I wonder why. Are they dead? Are they rising? Because the last person doesn't have a gloria, but all above they do have. It's such a complex picture. Anyways, then we see a ship, and we can see two animals, two people, two other animals, and an angel as well, or someone with wings. So I assume that it could be, a big flood, a time of flood, and there is a king above it, and we can see almost like a lightning, and the ship goes away. It's like the Ark Maxim. And in the middle we see a tree, a giant tree. Okay, then we move on, and we get to see even more ships. It's more like the current times, and the ships, they are going into one direction. There is Amath. Okay, there is Amath. Okay, and okay. The sun god Nika. Okay, so that's why they showed Nika like that. They must have seen Nika, so this is a genuine depiction, and Nika has a shield and a sword as well, and Gum abilities. So let's see. There is a ship with the signal. We mentioned before that sign, that the old sign, that there is a circle, and there are how much? 8 circles around it, and this Viking-like ship probably, and ancient giants perhaps fighting there alongside Nika, and the flying things. I assume that it's gray, so I think it might be Lunarians, because perhaps there is fire on them too. People on whales, and I think there is a mean character too. It's like, it's like describing a picture. Sorry for not, you do see the picture, but still. And we can see the stars and shines, and there is a winged creature in the end with horns as well, and this creature holds the sun in his hands. Okay, and we can see the fighters as well here, the mermaid princess, I assume, and there is a tontata as well. I can see a tontata too, and fish, and people on different boats, and they look all different, and probably Minx once again. And wow, so many things to analyze here. But okay, now that I have seen these pictures, let's look. Sorry, I have to go back to this text, because there is something interesting, that the last line is like, they wouldn't meet again, and this time for sure they meet again. So twice has the situation turned out for the worse, I assume. I think the last lines do mean that the two times, I don't know how old the Harley texts are. They say they are quite old, but they actually, wow, these descriptions are, wow. So our current one is that chaos rings. That's correct. The pirate area, the world drifts in a void, yet the time doesn't erase the memory of the promised day. So people are believing that the time will come, and there are some people who really do believe. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half moon echoes through the ages, and once more the Sangha shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn, new dawn will break, surely this time they will meet. The question is, who meet who? And why? Because, okay, so the first word was the earth burned in endless flame, the hearts of men burned with desires. So from whispered praise the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved who reach for the forbidden star. They reach for the forbidden star. I assume that in this picture there are the forbidden stars. They are the stars. Probably energy or something very, very special. The god of the land was enraged with the serpent of, the serpent of fire. I can see this is the serpent of fire. They cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell, death reigned, and they wouldn't meet again. So people who were enslaved, because they were enslaved, they somehow managed to, I don't know, there was a sun god. There was a sun god who tried to help them, but there was a fire-breathing, well, not dragon in this case, but it's more like a fire-breathing serpent. It's like Kaido, right? And, okay, interesting. And the second one is, the priest stared in the abyss. God of the forest wove their magic, nurturing its devils. God of the forest, it could be a devil fruit too. I mean, they are all kind of devil fruits, and perhaps Ryukugu's green bull's devil fruit might have something to do with it, or might have something to do with the tree that actually had the devil fruits. Wow. I mean, smarter people will analyze this for sure. I am analyzing this too, but this is important. I mean, this is one of the most important pieces in One Piece history ever. We can't read poneglyphs. I mean, we readers, we can't read poneglyphs, but seeing an actual picture of the happenings and the description, this is what we really needed. This is when you know that this is the end game. And so the second world must have been the Void Sanctuary. And in the Void Sanctuary they had the devil fruits for sure. So I assume that it's in the second world they, the forest wove their magic, the god of the forest wove their magic and nurturing its devils. So I assuming that's the creation of the devil fruits. And the people of Half Crescent and Full Moon's dreams. So I assume that they are the people of the Kozuki clan and probably the Minks. No wonder that they have such a strong bond. Yet the ones who slew the sun defied themselves. I'm not really sure about the translation. I would need a bit more precise translation to actually make a correct assumption. Evoking the wrath of the sea god, they wouldn't meet again. So the sea god, who would they call the sea god? Was their sea, perhaps the princess, the actual Poseidon, and they say that, you know what, this is wrong what you are doing, and devil fruits will be never tolerated. I don't know. Okay, this is the end of my analysis. I'm blown away, I'm amazed. It is truly a great chapter, and at this panel I could look at it for hours and try to figure out everything. And wow. And to Frankie to actually find this is also Frankie, you have to show it to people. This is brilliant, but I don't care if you don't show it. I am glad that I can see it. Wow, I'm amazed. I am amazed. And maybe this is Emu's true form, with the 2 horns and everything. That could be Emu, the final villain to defeat. Wings and horns and everything. But that would mean that Blackbeard isn't really there? Or I don't know. Maybe the depiction is not the depiction of all 3 of all 3 words, but only the 2 words. Maybe it's just the first 2, because they didn't know back then when these drawings were made in the void century. They didn't know what the 3rd will be. I assume that Emu could be the devil person who holds the sun, and they were defeated. I can totally see that. And by the way, it said that yet the ones who slew the sun defied themselves, evoking the wrath of the sea god. That's an interesting line. Wow, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, everyone has to have so many thoughts on this chapter. Oh, wow. Really, it is amazing. I'm really happy to have read this, and I hope you enjoyed the reaction to and the chapter. I'm sure you had, and this is brilliant. This is what everyone has been waiting for, and wow. I'm overjoyed. I really am. And I'm happy that I could share this moment with you. So thank you very much for sticking up and staying here and until the end of the reaction, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have a great day. Bye bye.